Welcome to Daily Revelations. We are going to talk about hope today. Don't we all want to talk about hope? And in the season of hope, which is often what Christmas is called, that was the word that really jumped out at me while I was in 1 Peter this morning. So I was in 1 Peter 1 and 2, but I really want to focus on 1 Peter 1 because hope is mentioned multiple times in this chapter, and it's probably not the way that we talk about hope today in Christmas time. It's something that we've kind of forgotten. We look forward to things and we hope for the things that are fleeting. And yet there is a hope that is secure. And Christmas is about that hope that came down to earth. But what Peter is talking to and about is he's talking to a group of Christians who are being persecuted. This is the time when Rome started really just targeting Christians and killing them in the Colosseums. And all of these things are going on, and nothing looks hopeful at all. It all looks like it's going to fall apart, and everything is going to end, and not in a good way. Yet, Peter wants to remind the Christians, even in the midst of all of this, everything that looks so terrible, there is a hope that cannot be taken away. And it's embedded in God and in the gospel that came through Jesus, that came to earth. And that's what we celebrate at Christmas time. We often forget about that as we lose it in the middle of all these other things. So listen to this. In 1 Peter 3, it says, "Blessed be the God our Father and Lord Jesus Christ, who according to his great mercy has caused us to be born again to a living hope." This hope is ongoing. It's not a hope that comes and goes. Like you hope for something as a present for Christmas and you're excited about it, and then over time it just kind of loses its appeal. No, this hope goes on, and it continues to feed that most deep desire in our heart that there is something better that I'm holding out for. And that comes through the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Why? Because our hope is that we are going to be raised again, and not in this world that's full of sin and full of everything that we fight against every day, and that makes our hope in these things very fleeting. We have an inheritance. I talked about that in previous videos. That's imperishable. It can't go away. It's undefiled. It has no sin, nothing yucky in it at all, and it won't fade away. And it's reserved in heaven. And later on, Peter goes on to say that it is in God. It's in him. And at the end of chapter 2 in 1 Peter, he even goes on to say that Jesus is the guardian of that hope. And he is holding on to that until he returns. And when he does return, verse 13 says, the grace, what God has for us, will be completely revealed, and we will not be upset that we held out for that hope. Because we fixed our hope completely on what God said would be worth holding on for. And I don't know what you might be going through. Maybe this holiday season, it's just lots of cookie baking, lots of good time with your family, and that's wonderful. And we love those years where we don't have things going on that are draining us so down. But a lot of times, there are years where there is none of that. We have to put everything aside and not celebrate Christmas the way that our family traditions go. But the true thing is when we get back to what is the hope that I can hold on to in every season, it is that my future is secure in God. And that's it. No matter what it looks like in this world, no matter how it even ends in this world, it doesn't matter. Satan will not win this fight because God is securely holding in his hands, my future, your future. And when Jesus is revealed at some point, that's when that hope will be realized. And so for whatever season you are in this holiday season, or if you're watching this video and it isn't Christmas, but you have a season where you're struggling to just hold on to hope, know that in Jesus, all hope will be realized. That no matter who you're dealing with, and 2 Peter or 1 Peter 2 goes into a lot of, just enduring whatever you're going through, even if it's people treating you badly. Just think of what Jesus did right before he went to the cross. He closed his mouth and said, God has this. His plan is better than how I can retaliate, how I can act out. And I will hope in his plan, and I will not hope in my own ability to take it and turn it into what I think it should look like. And that's hard. So be hopeful in this season, because there is a greater hope. And Jesus is that reminder. And that's why we focus on him. And he is the reason for the season, but he is the reason for our lives to be lived out in hope, no matter what. Because in the end, all else will fade away. It's perishable. And what Jesus is guarding for us will not perish. It will not fade away. So thanks for joining me on Daily Revelations. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.